Hello and welcome back to my channel. So the government of Malawi and the government of Israel, they have signed an agreement to send some black people to go and work in Israel. And on the other side again, the Israel, they find themselves without enough workers to work on their farm because of what happened on October 7, 2013. So the Israel government or the Israel people, they were using the people from Thailand and people from Palestinian to work on their farm. So now upon searching, they find themselves down in Africa again. Say, African, can you also supply us with some farmers to come and work on our farm? Yeah, so and now the government of Israel and the government of Malawi, they enter in an agreement to say, we are going to supply you with the workers, even 3,000 to 10,000. Yeah, so the government of Malawi, they have jumped upon this because apparently this initiative is very competitive. A lot of people also, they want to jump in to supply their people to go and work in Israel, and they enter an agreement to say 10,000 black people, I'll give you 7,700 straight to your coffers. So they did. They signed an agreement and they sent their people to go and work in Israel. So when these people find themselves in Israel, the Israelis, they have breached the contract. Because mind you that these people, they took some number of black people to go and work there, and they were treated nice. So these people, so they were just used as a pilot to say, let them, put them in this farm, treat them well, so that they can give a good report back home, because we are in need of these people. So now when everyone heard this, the government took upon this initiative. They started campaigning, encouraging and motivating people to go and work. So they start searching for more young people to go and work in Israel. So now the second bench is the one, now they started to complain because of the working condition. The money was not enough. They were working long hours and they were paying less. The payment was less, according to them. And now they have decided to leave or to abandon that work and went to look for a better job within Israel. And now the Israel, they are not playing. Their police, they are very, very, very strict. And because of the situation that is, or because of the condition, they are in war, and they have decided to deport these black people back to Malawi. And now the Malawian government also, they were like, no, 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 no. We have already accepted money from this government, so you cannot misbehave. So you want to tell us you want to come back and just be in the street, standing in the street? We have no job. We don't have job to give you here in Malawi. So you have to work. What do you expect? And now these things remind me of the slave. It reminds me of the slave because this is how the slave were sold. Or this is how the black people, they were sold during slave. As long as there is exchanging of money, don't expect your people to be treated well when they find themselves that side, that money you were paid, that is the salary that was supposed to be paid these people. 1,500 US dollars. That was the agreement that was put between the Israel and the Malawian to say, we are going to pay your people this amount. But when they find themselves there, the money is reduced. So obviously they have to run away and search for a better job, but they find themselves being deported. But just the manner of our African leaders, the way they are behaving, is not nice. If people, they are saying the sanitation is a problem, why can't we listen? Or you say the 700,000 US dollar that you, Israel, you are going to give us, are you really going to pay our people the money that is on the contract? So these black leaders, they decided to listen more to the Israel than to their own people, just because of that money that was paid. The slave, they were sold, right? By our own people, people that are in the authority, or people that they are at the authority level. They have sold our black people, or they have sold our brothers and sisters. The only difference that is there now is only that these black people that are going to Israel, they are going with planes. But this one, they went through a hard condition, through open boats. So they have to sail all the way to the Caribbean. But we have the Malawian, they have agreed, yes, it's a nice initiative. But if people are coming back and they are complaining, they're supposed to listen. This is just the same way that your kid went out to visit or at school, and the kids came back home complaining that this is what they are doing to me. So instead of blaming your own child, you have to listen to your child. Not defending the culprits just because of the money that was being exchanged. No, this is not a nice feeling, because so we are still having people that are still being traumatized by slave. It's not a joke. It's very, very serious. People are still having that trauma from the slave, from colonialism. And mind you that also the country that we are talking about now is the country that is being killing, brutalizing, destroying the neighboring country. That is the country that we are talking about. Black people that are sent into their country, and them going to Palestinian to go and look for Hamas. Civilians, they are being killed there, while the African countries, they are assisting them to continue working, to continue to keep their economy up standard. But them, the Israel, they are jumping out of their country to go and harass, put down innocent civilian children in Palestine. We understand these things, but You can't mind your business with this one because it's very emotional and it's very touching. And guys, also the mind of people that are being sent there. The money is promising 1.5, but don't you think that these people, when they are going to work there, they are going to be traumatized? This country is at war. And also, if the Malawian government, they decided to say, okay, this one or these 12 people or these 45, they are being deported back, we are going to send 10,000 black people. And in those 10,000 that you promised to send, are you sure that they are not also going to be trained to go and fight the people of Palestinian? Because this is the same way. The history is just repeating, guys. When the slave was sent to go and work in the Caribbean and in the United States, they started to tussles, the slave against their master against the government. And that is how the USA had their civil war. Because the slave, they started this guerrilla fighting with their bosses, and the situation and the condition started to escalate. And it was even and turned out to be even a military war. A civil war to military war is just chaos. And guess what? The situation has escalated, things are out of orders. The slave, they really fight for their right or for their freedom. Then they come up with the proclamation, emancipations of the slave, to release the slave. But between these years, there was civil war in USA. So now they release the slave to go and fight again in their war. So now, or how do we expect Israel not to repeat the history? Because the number of people also that they are asking is a lot. A number of people that they are asking to go and work is a lot. Or if really we have to mind our business, but the number is a lot. So there is nothing new on this earth that was not done before. But for the African people, we should really use our conscience, our black conscious mind, not to forget the history, because it was dark. We don't want to go back. But it seems like instead of fighting for the continent to modernize, instead of fighting the continent to start producing their own fertilizers, if they really have that 10,000 people to go and work in Israel, so why can't they put up a production to produce fertilizers so that they can recruit those number of people that they want to send to Israel? Because history will repeat itself, guys. It will repeat itself. The slave, they were paid. This one, they are also being paid. No. Let us be conscious, using our black conscious mind, because Nalendi Pando said, through social media, things are being changing, and we believe that people, they are there listening to our videos, and they are changing for good. They are changing also. So our leaders, they are also listening to our videos, our talking, because Africa, they need to do better. we must industrialize. If Israel, they are also producing fertilizers, you can say, in exchange of my people, put up a plant so that we can also start producing our own fertilizers. Instead of receiving that money and use it for something else, exchange. So exchange with a factory to produce your own fertilizers. Because now, how many jobs that you are going to create? The plant is having their own people, the packaging, and now you started also to distribute. More people, they will start to work on the land because the fertilizers, they are so cheap in the country. So this is what we are saying, guys. Yeah, so that's why we are here minding our business, but some of the issues, they are so touching because we are one African, one continent, one skin colors, and we are fighting for the betterment of every Africans. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you have watched up to this far, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video to your loved one, and turn on your notification so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I want to thank my subscribers and everyone who tune up watching my video. I really appreciate you so much, and see you on my next one. Bye bye and bye.